In 2021, I was a broke college student watching 19-year-olds flash Lamborghinis on TikTok while I worked a minimum wage job as a lifeguard. Fast forward today, I'm making multi six figures per year without running ads, without creating products, or without creating content 24/7. While everyone's still chasing dying business models like dropshipping and SMMA, I found the business model that is actually powering these success stories that you see online. It's called being a scaling operator. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make money as a scaling operator by helping businesses grow and taking a percentage of their business, even if you're starting from complete zero like I did. So first things first, what even is a scaling operator? A scaling operator is somebody who goes into info product businesses, people selling coaching, people selling online courses, people selling some sort of digital product. And the scaling operator helps them grow their business by helping them fix their biggest bottlenecks. Imagine, for example, a business was making 10K per month right now, but they didn't know how to create good content on social media. And you went in as the scaling operator and helped them create good content on social media. And as a byproduct, their business went from 10K per month to 50K per month. You can imagine if you were even just taking 10% of that, you would be doing quite well with one client. Here's why this is so powerful for you right now, though, and why it's replacing SMMA. The online education industry is projected to double in the next 5 years and to reach $1 trillion per year. And Iman Gadzhi, one of the pioneers of the Make Money Online space, recently invested into WAP, a company that teaches everyday people how to create a digital product, which accelerates this trend even further. And you can see this here from Iman. Here's the thing, though. Most of these info product businesses are terrible at two crucial things that they need in order to make money. They're terrible at converting attention into sales calls. They're also terrible at converting sales calls into actual customers. And as a scaling operator, you would be basically going into one of these businesses, identifying these weaknesses and helping them fix these weaknesses, and then taking a percentage of the revenue that you generate. And if you think of it like the gold rush analogy, in the 1800s, when the gold rush happened, people discovered that there was gold in California, and the everyday people rushed to try to mine it to have a chance of getting rich. But the people that actually made the money were the people that were selling the shovels to all of the miners. So you can think of that analogy as to what you're doing here with what Iman is doing with WAP. Everybody is going to be trying to create a digital product. All of these businesses are garbage, though. They suck. They don't know what they're doing, and they need your help in order to actually make money and grow. So scaling operators are going to be the people that make the fortune, especially as SMMA continues to decline. Now, why is SMMA dying? So SMMA was great in 2018 to 2021, but now the market is oversaturated and ad costs have skyrocketed. So people that are running in SMMA are actually their main issue is dealing with client success and customer support. And clients now, as a byproduct of that, are extremely skeptical after being burned too many times by inexperienced agency owners, because SMMA isn't a business model that's designed for beginners. It's being taught to beginners, and then beginners go in and start working with these businesses to help them with their marketing, and then they do a terrible job. And then now there's sophistication in the market, and SMMA clients are extremely skeptical, and they don't really get results, and it's just a drag. Scaling operators are a little bit different because you're working with businesses that already have proven products and existing traffic. You're also not spending money on ads. You're optimizing what these business owners already have. And you're likely, in a lot of cases, I'll share an example of this, you're helping them with organic content. And you're getting paid based on performance, which builds instant trust. You're not asking for money up front usually. And you're not working, most importantly, with local businesses. The people who have tight margins and the people that scoff at paying you $500, you don't want to work with these people. It's such a drag and such a nightmare. You're working with businesses that deeply need your help. They have incredible margins where if you make them a lot of money, they'll pay you a lot of money. And they have massive potential to make that money very, very quickly, which allows you to take a percentage of that. And best of all, you can use AI to your advantage in 2025, which I didn't even do this, but if I did, I would have made so much more money, and I probably will. I've personally seen this transition happen. In 2021, everybody was selling Facebook ads. Now the smartest entrepreneurs are selling things like content improvement, sales systems, and things of that nature. So let's see how this worked for my personal journey. After failing with dropshipping when I first got into the make money online space, I was making a little bit of money with affiliate marketing, and I realized that I needed to build skills first. And I had a pretty dark realization at the time. I realized that despite what all of these gurus were telling me, they'd go tell me to go do dropshipping or affiliate marketing or SMMA or whatever. They're all saying the same thing. Despite the business model that they're telling you to do, they're all running the same business where they sell a course or a coaching program on social media. So after looking at that enough, I realized that that truly was the best business model. But for me, as a beginner, I couldn't do that. I didn't have an expertise. I didn't have life experience. I didn't have any money even made at the time to where I could sell some sort of coaching product or online course. And so what I realized instead is I needed to go and work for these type of people. So I started off as an appointment setter for a coaching business, an info product. I would manage their Instagram DMs, convert their followers into sales calls within my first month. After just getting started, I made like around $400 in commissions. I didn't really know what I was doing either. And it wasn't life-changing, but it was at the same time because it led me down this path. And by month 2, I was making about $3,700. And after 4 to 6 months after that of expanding my skills, getting better, practicing, acquiring new skills, I hit my first 10K per month. And here's a screenshot of that. And here's where it gets interesting. After getting results for my client that I was working with, I got them to record a video testimonial for me. And then we ended up using that testimonial to rinse and repeat that same process that we implemented for them to go out to 5 to 10 businesses every single month, charging them $5,000 to $10,000 for our services. So very quickly after that, we got a really good reputation. We had referrals flying in. Our outreach systems got outsourced by virtual assistants when we actually had a little bit of money to our name, and we scaled very quickly to 30 to 50K per month. So I started with one client, started doing sales inside of their business, helped them grow, got a case study, went out and rinsed and repeated that process for 5 to 10 businesses every single month. And as a byproduct, this is like the lifetime of the business revenue. So this is the skill stack that you need to follow as a scaling operator if you're actually considering doing something like this and getting started. The beauty of becoming a scaling operator is that you can just start with one skill as a beginner and build from there. So here's the progression that I would recommend for you as a beginner. Level 1 is appointment setting. This is where just about everybody should start because it's the easiest way to make money online on the planet of Earth. You literally learn a skill of appointment setting, which is really, really easy to learn. You go into a business, you start applying that skill, and you start making a couple $1,000s a month. It's nothing crazy. You're not at 10K per month yet, but it's enough to get the ball rolling and to get some experience in the make money online space. Basically, as an appointment setter, you're managing leads coming in from either content or ads for one of these business owners, and you're just converting them into sales calls. And it's super, super easy to learn. Typically pays you $2,000 to $7,000 per month, depending on the offer that you're on. And most people start off just as a DM setter. So to make it even easier, like you're not even showing your face, you're just behind your phone sending messages. Then level 2, this is where it gets a little bit more advanced. This is where you do remote closing. Once you understand how to get people on calls, you need to learn how to close those calls. Remote closers are typically making anywhere from 4 to about 20K per month, depending on their skill level and also the offer that they're on. Then level 3, this is where you can become what I call a growth strategist, which is a small level of a scaling operator. This is where you start looking at the entire business you're working in and you're starting to identify constraints. Maybe they need better content. Maybe they need improved client delivery. Maybe they need a better offer or it needs to be differentiated in the market. Maybe you're doing a great job closing calls, but they're not getting enough of them. At this level, you're not just executing, you're strategizing what could be improved. And at this point, you should have a good amount of trust built with the business owner you're working with. You can start asking them if you can help them with some of these additional things overall to make the business grow. And then level 4, once you do help that business grow, now you're managing multiple aspects inside of that business. Now you can go out and work with multiple businesses. You can go and rinse and repeat that process for 5 to 10 businesses every single month, potentially with a small team under you. And you can take a percentage of revenue or you can charge up front. Really doesn't matter. It depends on a bunch of different factors, so I can't even really tell you. But the key insight here is what I call the theory of constraints. And what it means is a business is only as strong as its weakest link. Your job as a scaling operator is to find the weakest link and to improve it. So basically, you look at a business, There's multiple different things going on in a business every single day. You're going to look at it and you're going to figure out what is causing this business to stay at this level and not go further. And then you're going to solve that constraint and you're going to elevate it. So how do you actually do this and how do you actually get to work? How do you find your first client? Well, here's my exact process. Step one, you need to identify potential clients. You're going to look for info product businesses with a great entrepreneur with an ambitious vision. They have some sort of proof of concept, whether they have a good personal brand or they have good student results already. They need to have good lead volume where they're at least getting like 20 leads or so per day. They have a high ticket offer, something $2,000 or more, and it's a niche that you're interested in. If all of this checks out, you have a potential client. And the best places to find these people are Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or X. Personally, I've had the most amount of success with Instagram. And the reason why is because you can easily look for these 5 criteria here. On Instagram, you can find them just by looking at somebody's profile. Whereas Facebook and Twitter, it's a little harder. You usually have to actually have a conversation with the person. So you might spend a little bit more time sending messages to people just to find out they might not be qualified. Whereas Instagram, you can just look at it straight on their profile and see if they're legit. And then step 2 is the personalized outreach approach. Do not just send generic messages. Here's what you should send instead. Something along the lines of, hey John, I've been watching your YouTube videos, or I watched your Instagram videos, and I just checked out one of your videos talking about XYZ. I really liked how you talked about XXXXX. You want to make this extremely specific and extremely personalized. The reason most service providers struggle still with outreach in 2025 is because either number one, they're selling something that nobody wants, or number two, they aren't putting in the extra work to personalize the messages that they send to prospects. So you personalize it, then you say something like, I'm not sure if you need it, but if you have room on your team for a setter or a closer, I'd love to send a personalized Loom video introduction. I work for 0 upfront, only straight commission. You just get straight to the point. And then you're going to send this to 20 to 50 potential clients every single day. Step 3 then is you're going to send a personalized Loom video. So when somebody says, yeah, feel free to send over a video of yourself introducing yourself, which if you do 20 to 50 a day, you usually get about 1 or 2 of these per day. Then you're going to send a personalized Loom video. Inside of this personalized Loom video, it's about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to do a couple things. Number one, you need to show that you've actually studied their business. So you want to do a deep dive. You want to have some tabs pulled up if you like looking through their stuff. Then after that, you need to identify 1 to 2 specific areas where you can help. As an appointment setter, this is pretty obvious. Then number 3, briefly explain your background and why you're interested in their niche. And then you can also include here like some sort of personal story. So for example, if the coaching program is a weight loss coaching program, you can maybe fill in a story of how you've lost weight or how that has inspired blah, blah, blah. Like this is where it becomes personalized and you actually need to use your brain here, but this is where it becomes extremely powerful. And then after that, all you do is ask for an interview to discuss further. And then the interview, super, super easy. You just jump on the interview. Remember this though, it isn't just them interviewing you, you're also interviewing them too. So you need to ask questions that actually give you some insight about their business. How many setters or closers do you currently have? What caused you to let go of past appointment setters? How many sales are you getting per day? How much money is your business making? What's your current conversion rate from lead to call and from call to sale? Figure out all this information and determine if they're actually a good fit for you to go inside and work. And then number 6, how do you scale to 10K per month beyond? Once you've mastered working with one client, what you need to do is you need to document your process. You need to create systems for everything that you do so that you can eventually hire others to help you out. Number 2, you need to build a case study. And this is the most impactful thing that you can do. You need to get concrete results from the client you're working with, from where they were before you started working with them to where they are now. And then you can use that case study to go out and work with multiple clients. Number 3, then you can increase your rates. As you become more valuable, you can start charging more upfront, or you can start charging a higher percentage in your revenue shares. Number 4, you can go out and work with multiple clients. You can use your case study to go and sell that same process to 5 to 10 people every single month simultaneously. And then once you start working with, dozens of clients or multiple clients, this is where you can build a team. You can hire and train others to handle the day-to-day stuff and the elements that you don't like doing inside of the business, while you can just focus on strategizing and pushing the business forward. And this is exactly what I did, to go from making $3,700 in my second month as an appointment setter to transitioning out of that, becoming more skilled, becoming more valuable to the market, and generating 30 to 50K per month. Now, why does this work better than you just starting your own business? Well, most people try to start their own business before they have skills. This is backwards. Like all the Andrew Tates of the world and all this stuff, they try to tell you, oh, you should start a business, you should be your own boss, you should be an entrepreneur. All of that stuff is great on paper, but what if you have no skills? Then you're going to be like the 80% of people that end up failing. Over 80% of businesses fail in their first year. So what you should do instead is you should become a scaling operator, and then down the line, maybe start your own business. Because as a scaling operator, you get paid to learn. Instead of paying to learn, you get paid to learn. You can see behind the scenes of a successful business as you're doing work and as you're providing your services to them. And you can build a network of high-level entrepreneurs, and you can develop skills that will serve you for the rest of your life, and you can generate the money you need to be successful with the business. Think about it. Would you rather spend years and thousands of dollars trying to figure out everything yourself, or would you rather get paid while learning from people who are already successful? Think about that question for a second. So guys, there you have it. This is my complete blueprint to becoming a scaling operator and making 10K per month in 2025. And this is the business model that is replacing SMMA day by day, because it aligns better with what the market actually wants. If you're serious about making this work, you can go and check out some of the other videos on my channel that go in depth about how to actually make 10K per month as a scaling operator. And if you have any questions about parts of the process that you're unclear or unsure about, all you have to do is go to the description and shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I can help you out. Remember, the online education space is expected to double over the next 5 years, but it's only for the people that position themselves for the opportunity. So you have to make sure you're doing it the right way. I'll see you guys in the next video.